Hello everyone, welcome back to my blanket fort. My name is Tessadoodle and I will be your host today. Today I am going to be drawing a final piece for Mermay. Now throughout the few weeks we have been learning just different parts of mermaids to be able to draw them and kind of get an idea of how they work. And I have decided at the very end of the month that I'm going to be drawing this final piece, so I hope all of you enjoy the process. But before we get to the speed drawing portion, we are going to be doing our daily sip of the day. So everyone go and get your mug, your tankard, your bowl, whatever you like to drink out of. Go get your favorite beverage and we're gonna take a sip together. Let's all take a sip. In 3, 2, 1. Alright, so I don't have water this time. I have coffee. I finally got to go and wow, English. I finally went and made myself some coffee before I started recording. So, since we have gotten our sip of the day, we are going to continue on to this speed drawing. I hope all of you enjoy the video. Today, we are doing our final mermaid drawing. Now, this doesn't mean that I'm not gonna go and draw more mermaids. Oh, you're gonna see a lot of them in the future. Just this one was one, since it's Mermay, you know, you gotta draw mermaids. It's just part of the process. Now, since we're working on this sketch, I don't care for the pose as much. I've noticed since the beginning to end. I think at the very end, I do enjoy the picture a lot, and I can see that I need improvement, but I think every artist does. Like I've probably said 1,000 times. I am very happy with the arms, though. I wish I could have stretched the pose to make it more alive. I'm still not good at that. Let me tell you, I have tried to make, what was it, line of action, like my pictures come alive, like it's just like they look like they're actually moving. They're not stiff or static, is how people would say. I have tried that and I'm still not good at it, and hopefully later on I will work on that, which I will, because once I get that down, I think it would help my art look a lot better. I'll tell you this, I have seen some artists where their style is not really accurate, their anatomy is not accurate, like they don't look, to some people it wouldn't look amazing, but they have the line of action down so well. Like, it is like, I go back and I look at their art and their little animations they do, because their characters look alive. They don't look stiff and static like a lot of artists do, and admittedly I think I am one of those. And of course, like I said, it comes with time to be able to understand and be able to do that. I am also way, and I mean way too picky about how the body looks. Normally I can pick out stuff where I'm just like, that just looks wrong. Like with this, I think the armpits are kind of close, but they're not really correct. But I decided to ignore that because I wanted to ignore it. I was just like, no, we're just gonna let this go. It's fine. It's fine. Ah, line art. So the line art, I'm really happy with this line art, and one thing that I've noticed that you can do is with line art, you can get it a little bit darker than the color around it. So like if her skin, like in this one, her skin's gonna be kind of more grayish, you just do a little bit darker grayish or like a blue grayish, and it still looks really nice, but it's not the hard lines. It looks a little more like I don't know if you consider a 3D drawing. I just think it looks better, probably because I have really bad line art. And I haven't figured out line art yet, but you know, that's things you figure out. That's why I'm doing this channel, if I haven't already said it before. The reason why I'm doing this channel is to force me to be able to draw and improve, and that is one of the main reasons why I started this channel, and why I am continuously trying to post videos at the right time and keep to my promises of I will post every Thursday. But yeah. Oh, this background. Okay, so I'm switching from one to another. I apologize. So I really like this idea that I'm doing. It reminds me of coral. I don't remember where I've seen this. I've seen this type of background somewhere, like in an ocean picture, a digital art piece that I saw. I thought it was really cool, and so that's what I decided to do here. I think it fits. Now, I did do a lot of blue in this. That is the only thing that I've like really noticed where I'm like, I did a lot of blue in this, and I had to work a little bit to make it easier to see this mermaid. She was very blue. And the background was very blue, but you'll see that in a bit. Yes, the top. I had an interesting time with doing these colors. I probably should have done probably should have picked out my colors beforehand, but I did rush this, so I didn't think of the drawing I wanted to do. I just did the drawing. I didn't think of anything behind or blah 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 blah. No. I didn't think of anything before this. I just started sketching and I started drawing, and I liked done the line art, and now I'm trying to figure out all the colors by scratch. Like I said, I probably should have a color palette of sorts, but I just didn't do it. I was like, nope, I need to get this done. So you see me through this whole entire little process that I'm going to be switching out colors, changing things up. Later on, I do add a little bit more detail, of course, because we need to do that. But going back to the pose, I couldn't figure out where I wanted to put her arms. I'm also bad at figuring out where I want like the arms to be. The arms and like where they should be posed, I can never figure out how to do all that. But that's why we do things. I don't know how to pose people. If I figured out how to pose people and where I would want them to like be putting their arms like in photography, oh, I'd probably be able to draw so much better as well. Going to going my brain is scrambled, as you guys can tell. So I have found that it is a lot easier to do scales when you have like the spotted brush. As you can tell by this, her tail still looks like a mermaid tail, but you don't have to worry about actually like physically dotting all of the dots in there to make like a scale. Now, unless you're doing something a little bit different, you know, where you are just doing like scales to make it just a little bit more noticeable, like doing the little U scales or the diamond scales that we did before, you know. But in digital drawing, it's just easier to do this. It's a lot quicker. It makes it look more realistic, still makes it look nice, you know. Oh, the shading portion. Yep, shading. I keep pointing out so many bad things about my stuff. I probably shouldn't do that. I do love the freckles I put on her. I put little freckles on her, including on her stomach area. And her nails. I'm very happy with those. Hands. Guys, you already know, hands suck. They're annoying. It's hard to draw hands. I did hands. I don't know if I did that hand right, though. Oh, thank goodness you can't see the thumb. Otherwise, things would look weird. This is what I was talking about before. Okay, so you see how I'm changing all the black lines to colored lines? That's what I was talking about before. It makes things, we'll say, like merge together or flow together a little bit better. And you can make some really cool looking art. As you can tell what I'm doing here, I'm doing like darker to lighter. It just makes it look a lot more detailed. I have done that. I did a main color scheme of the blue, and then you had like this really pretty maroon I put in that, and I tried to like even it out as much as possible. And I tried to put like a glowing piece in the background to make her a little more noticeable, because like I said, and as you can see, she is very blue and the background is very blue. So how are we going to distinguish between all of the blue? Put a highlight in the background. That is the finished piece. Yay! Oh, I'm doing one or two more things. I did want to make her look shiny, which looks weird, and I forgot the highlight in the hair. That's why I'm doing it now. Highlights in hair is fun. Highlighted hair is fun to draw if you do it right. If you know how to do it, it's a lot more fun. And there is the finished piece. Alright, so now that we have watched the process, I'm going to do some constructive criticism to this drawing about what I could do and what I could fix, and also what looks really nice about it. So now that we have finished with our art piece, I'm going to do some critiquing on it, or constructive criticism. So let us start out with the negative, and then we'll go to the positive. So what I could fix, the constructive part. Now I do notice that, so the top on the mermaid, technically that top should, on the left side where she has the bottom part of her, you could say crop top, whatever you'd like to say, where it's lower, it actually should be higher, more towards her chest, or it should be higher towards her chest to technically make that accurate. So I see that's one problem I had. Her hands actually are pretty good, so I don't have anything really to say about that. Her armpits, I know it sounds weird to think about armpits, but just in general how the arms go in that area, they don't look odd, so I don't think there's too much of a problem there. Now the shading on her top piece as well isn't amazing. I have not done a lot of studies on pieces of clothing. I've done one or two, but not a lot. I could have fixed a little bit of shading on that and made it look a little bit better. Now, like I've said many times before, the fact that she is blue and that she kind of blends in with the background makes her a little hard to see. If anything, I should blur the background, which I will do later actually. I think that would make it look a little better and more focused on her. I probably could have made her human to fish area look a little more smooth. It looks a little wonky on the left side. Everything else I think looks really nice. Now for the positive side of this. I love the bubbles around her. I think that is one of my favorite things I figured out how to do recently is bubbles. Then I liked that we have glowing on the eyes to kind of attract your eye to her face a little bit more. I probably could have done more details towards her face compared to all of her other body as well. There's a lot more detail in general on the bottom half of her compared to the top, so that can distract a little bit. But talking about the positives here, I started going to negatives. I love her tail. Her tail is gorgeous. I'm very happy with how her tail turned out. I do like her costume in general, or her clothing in general, how we spread out all of the colors. We have blue is the main color, red is our secondary color, and then we have like yellow as our little highlights, and we have our little pinks too. I think that looks really nice and evened out. Now that we have finished our critiquing, I'm going to give this stars. Stars 1 out of 10. I would give this a 9. I love this piece. It's a lot more finished than I normally do pieces, so that adds to it a lot. I love the colors. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. So I think this is one of my favorite pieces so far that I have done, and there will be more to come in the future. Now that we have finished our critiquing and we have given our stars, I thank all of you for joining me on this little journey during Mermay, and next month be expecting random stuff. If you want to suggest stuff to try to figure out how to draw, you want me to, you know, struggle and figure out how to draw some stuff, let me know in the comments below. If you want me to do, you know, a specific item or an animal, I would prefer items right now, but I will take the challenge of an animal up if you want me to. It might just be a longer video. Just be prepared if you ask for that. And before we leave, we are going to be doing our question of the week. We're going to say, I think that would be the best way to describe it, is question of the week. And last week we asked what our favorite colors were, and I said blue because it's just calming and it looks good on me as well, so obviously I'm going to enjoy blue. It's such a gorgeous color. It's really a gorgeous color. It can be so comforting, but it can also be, well, it's comforting and it's calming to me. Now, our question this week is, if you were any sea creature, what sea creature would you be? I will put my answer down in the comments below in our Tent Fort community area. So if you'd like to participate and just tell us what you would be if you were a ocean animal, we can have our little fun discussions down there. Wow. Thank you all of you for joining me in this little journey this month. And if you're new and you just randomly came upon this video and you have come this far, I thank you so much and I appreciate it, and I really hope you just enjoyed it. But now I will be heading out. So all of you have a wonderful rest of your day.